Greetings, Podquesters. No opening jokes this intro, if you can call them that. I'd like to keep this one as brief as possible so we can move on to some lighter fare. Last episode, we decided to go to the tower, totally our first choice. After making our way there and not understanding how we got into the dungeon, we found an old frenemy of mine, Toady, as well as the corpse of what looked to be the Wizard King. Babushka gave her life so that we could proceed further up the tower. We confronted the imposter Wizard King at the top, who turned out to be Blag's long-lost mother. After their tearful reunion was cut short when she disappeared, our day got even more depressing as Blag regaled us of his horrible childhood, which I guess is still ongoing because he's a 9-year-old transformed by magic into the fierce warrior before us. Why was Blag's mother continuing the Wizard King's terrible mission? Where could she have disappeared to? And are we finally done with the depressing stuff? Lord, I hope so. But let's find out as we roll an intelligence check.
So, after a long and depressing journey back to the city, you guys arrive in town, and I'm assuming you're going to go right to the council hall as normal, unless you guys have other things you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't seen that jerk in a while.
Yeah, I suppose. What's his name?
Oh, yeah, Mr. Depressing Bag.
Oh, what's his name?
If I have to.
My name is Talon. You should know that by now.
Great.
You guys can talk depression to each other.
Yes. How are you?
Thanks for noticing me.
Nobody loves old Blaggy.
So I see you chose to bring the head back rather than a peace treaty. Suppose I shouldn't have expected more from your lot.
I'm sorry. You're the same guy who preferred... I'm sorry. You're the same guy who preferred execution when we sent the guy to the farm.
Yep, you're right. Same thing.
Inconsistency.
Someone who abandoned an army and someone who actually invaded another territory. Same thing.
Loser says what?
What?
No, Blag, no.
Yes, Blag.
So once again, teamwork seems to have won you guys another one. But while you were away, the treaties to the other lands were already all won. So the only thing left for you to do is to try to find a new Lichstone mine. Good luck with that. And he kind of gestures you out of the door.
I give him another gesture and we go. Or I go anyway.
A very specific gesture.
I sulk behind Tor.
So you guys are going for the Lichstone mines, which is definitely the first time you've ever selected that. It's never come up before.
Going back. Is it bad that I kind of want to put a child leash on Blag now? I just got to walk him around.
I'll be honest, I'm surprised you haven't yet.
You're a dwarf and I'm pretty hulking, so that would be...
It's actually funny.
That would be pretty fun.
It's a little Master Blaster combo going on.
I was thinking like a golden axe.
Run, Lichtown.
The giant with the dwarf in the backpack.
I like it.
So, you guys have to try to find a mine somewhere in the...
Are we going out tonight, or are we not getting to go back to the room? And
no, you guys get to do your thing. I'm just letting you know what the next mission is. Obviously, you can do whatever you want. You can say, screw this mission.
I'm going to do something new. I'm going to look at the map of the town we have in front of us here.
What?
I know.
Map quest.
I'm going to recommend looking down. I don't know. That's where I think a mine might be.
We're just going to walk around with our feet at the ground. Blag, you're already ahead of the game. Being all depressed, you're already looking at the ground.
I was going to say Tor. Tor, he's so close to the ground.
Hey, you guys short joke?
Yeah. So, DM prowess.
I mean, there's a well.
There's a well
that
in the
already
center
goes
of town.
into the grounds. I mean,
that could be a place to start from.
Yeah, but that might be some place that some people have already begun to
I've heard the acoustics in a well are great to lower a bard into.
That's true. And we have not but miles of rope.
My melodies will echo throughout the town. Wait, it's still full of water.
How many people are down there?
Yes, now I can check someone else off my gambling.
we could maybe talk to people. That's
fine.
No, bad idea. Terrible.
Let's send the tiefling to go talk to everybody. They love that.
So I looked at the map, and I want to go to the tavern again.
Surprise, surprise. All right, you enter the tavern, and it's the same general populace that's always there.
Including the person he scared away?
Is my chair still there in the dark corner?
No, she's back in her chair.
Oh, okay.
I'll be like, well.
No, there's nothing in the well. Flag.
That's how we're hitting it every time now. No, I'm not doing anything. We're resting up. I'm just kind of whiling away the hours here. I mean,
I feel like we should rest and heal and get our spells back.
Yes.
I think that's a good life choice.
So let's just move on to the next day, then.
All right, so...
Plus, I kind of want to hear Blag crying in his sleep.
Oh, there's no sleep for Black.
Do we need to start reading
Only
like
cry.
nighttime stories?
Warm milk. Warm milk.
Yeah,
I'm going to say, as you guys go to bed that night, there is an empty bed in there, so that's up to you guys, but I'm feeling like some of you guys, a lot of you guys might be feeling
Can I push it closer to mine so I can just stretch out?
Oh, wow.
Can I go through her stuff?
You can try.
Actually, I had nothing, remember?
You want to split it?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so next morning comes. You guys are all healed up.
really
Spells are
torn up
restored.
about that violent death.
Oh, which, by the way, the reason that other guy was in the prison was so that you had someone to pull the lever that you didn't care about. And when you guys were like, go ahead, be free, I was like, well, that sucks.
Thinking back, I totally would have sacrificed Tony for Babushka. Even the history of the gang and all, I would have thrown that
You
away.
tell us that now?
I just...
Out of character.
Your mental.
All right, so it's up to you guys. Are you just going to try to do some research, or are you going to head around town and try to do some...
Did we rest already?
Yes, and you're all healed, spells are restores.
I mean, we have no idea. Where does one start looking for a mine?
The library.
A blacksmith might know.
Oh.
Because they are into getting metals and such.
Okay, that's something.
If my understanding of blacksmithery is correct.
I mean, that's the best lead we
If
have.
someone wasn't hogging the map, maybe other people could get an idea.
Oh, it's a great map.
Or the shopping district?
They do sell a lot of lich-stones, but
They might sell lich-stones there. We got to find out who their suppliers are and try some.
I'll ask the farmers.
I'll check the brothel.
Wait.
I'll check the
I
brothel.
want to go where my bros are. The brothel?
Where can we get information? You know what?
I'll get shot.
Let me hit up good old Thieves Guild Sally is what I
She
call
loves
her.
you.
And I'm like, hi there! And I just slap down 100 gold. Any leads on mines?
She tells you the mines dried up a while ago, and if anybody knew, they'd probably be, using it because that's a lot of money that can come in. But she does tell you that they were known to be in the south of the empire, so that's something.
Thanks a lot. By the way, very comfy chair.
Where did this money thrown around thing come from? You were stingy over like 2 gold the last time, and now you're like 100. Here.
I learned it was imaginary.
You didn't get your bag of gold on the way
I
out?
didn't afterwards.
I have that problem with video games.
So I guess we head south. Guys, we should head south.
How far south? How big is this kingdom? We don't even know.
Yeah, it's
We've
a
only
sizable.
gone one place.
Yeah, it's sizable. It's going to take you like at least a day to travel south.
Maybe we should narrow it down a little bit.
Well, that's the best I got.
Yeah.
See, that's what I get when I spend my imaginary gold. South.
Is there a records keeper in the town?
Library.
Okay.
You can talk to her. I talk to her all the time.
Deal.
Yeah, I'll go shopping. Somebody go to the blacksmith. Let's see if we can get better info.
Black, come with me to the blacksmith.
Okay.
Let's cheer you up.
You know it.
Anything to distract
You
me
know
from
it.
my
You love
role.
it. Mary the librarian.
Is that her name?
Yeah. You do.
Call
Wow.
her the librarian.
Mary the librarian.
That one is the name list.
What can I do for you?
I have to get a deeper voice than you. Hold on. I need mines. Do you have any? Personally.
Can't say that I do, but I got some books on them.
Do they have a lot of pictures?
No.
All right, I'll take them just the same.
All right, roll research check. It's going to be intelligence check. Ding.
Oh. No, not. I know Wrath. I don't want to go that he sent me because she might get mixed signals.
Then why'd you say that all out loud?
In character.
I'm not the brightest one.
We're getting it down eventually.
It was a 12. I don't know if I have a modifier.
I'm sorry, what was it?
I rolled a 12.
Intelligence.
Yeah, shocker. No modifier.
You find some books that do mention that the mines were found mostly in the south, but you found it for free.
Thanks, darling.
Gold well spent. Blag and I are heading to the blacksmith.
Okay.
Maybe I'll cheer you up.
Nothing can chew.
I don't remember. The
Sharp
blacksmith,
weapons, shiny weapons.
the blacksmith have a voice?
We never went to them.
We've
No, you
never
did.
gone to
Yeah,
one now.
yeah.
We're trying a new area.
Yeah, to help build the gate in the very first mission.
Oh, I don't think we talked to him as a character, though.
Yeah, he did because there was money haggling and stuff, but I don't think he had a voice. I think it was just mine, so we'll go with that. What can I do for you?
Greetings, blacksmith. One dealing in many different materials, we were wondering if you'd happen to know anything about where we could start looking for a new lichstone mine.
New? I don't think there's going to be any new ones. They mine the heck out of that stuff. All I can tell you is roll an intelligence check. Actually, roll a persuasion check.
Oh, persuasion check. Cool.
I just like the tagline, yeah.
It's a 10 plus 6.
Oh, great.
16.
All right. He tells you that he knows they were found mostly to the south, but he did know they were found mostly around a lake to the south. And
Lake to the south.
Yeah, the lake is not large, and he gives you exact directions. It'll take you a little over a day to get there. It's really, really narrowed it down.
Also, do you happen to have any toys around the 9-year-old range or something? If you sell any
He has a wooden sword for 1 gold.
Oh, well, here you go. Here's 1 gold. Flag, here you go, buddy.
Thank you. I think Flag needs more like stuffed animals and cute things in his life, but he needs more weapons.
I start poking him with my wooden sword.
Me or the blacksmith?
You.
Somebody's gonna get violent.
Oh.
Just gentle.
And then I
in the
start like
stomach.
pawing at you, like, oh, we're playing. Camaraderie.
Then I
Slowly
punch
gets
you.
more painful.
I knock him out for the day's journey.
You arrive and wake up at... So, anything else you guys want to do before you start heading south?
I would still like to go shopping. I'll tell them I'm going to go for info,
Go
but I'm
now.
just looking for fancy clothes.
Oh, fancy clothes? Yeah, sure.
I figure we've been wearing the same clothes all this time.
Oh, yes, you have. You guys are all in the clothes you arrived in.
We wear clothes?
You know, I do have a change. I have a lot of clothes I carry as like
That's true. Yeah, your character does.
So I just go shopping.
Yeah, certainly. How nice are you trying to look? I mean, you can spend a gold and get nice, gold is a lot of money, so that'll get you a nice amount of clothes, or you can spend 10 gold and get, like, really nice clothes, or you can spend 100 gold and look like royalty.
We'll go with 10 gold.
Or a schmuck.
Yeah, rich fuck, yeah.
here's a potato sack.
I want to look my...
Yeah, 10 gold, you look like a very well-to-do merchant.
All right. Sweet. I go back and I just kind of preen a little bit as I walk around.
All right, now let's get muddy by the lake. All right,
Anybody else?
To go. We got the info.
I believe we have all that we need.
Ooh, I want to go to the apothecary because we've never been there.
I was thinking of going to the apothecary to see if
I'm
he
going
had
to go
some,
there
like,
and see if I can
cheer
get
juice or
information as
something.
well.
Let's all go to the apothecary.
Yeah, let's all go, everyone, to the local apothecary.
Perhaps
Let's get
he
them
will
all.
have something
All right, you
to
swing
make me
open the
feel
door
better.
to the apothecary, and it is like really crappy looking home. It really looks like this lady is working out of her house. There's just a giant cauldron in the middle and bottles upon bottles of various liquids along the wall. And she looks up at you and goes, "Ah, more adventurers! Glad you finally showed up when you needed something, eh?
We found
Been here
out there was
for
a map
months.
of town.
Why would we show up when we didn't need something?
Yeah, why visit a
store.
lonely old lady?
Hey, you know what happens to lonely old ladies around me.
I don't. Because you never come to talk to me.
Well, I'm sad. Help
Well,
me.
maybe by reputation.
Maybe you get a new best friend.
Maybe.
My name is Mamushka.
Babushka too?
What can I help you guys with?
Do you have something to improve my dour mood?
I got a soda pop.
That might do it.
She hands you soda pop for your charge.
How much?
Lolly.
And the lolly.
How big is the lolly?
Oh, it's cartoon large.
I'll take 2 lollies.
You have one of those beanie caps with a spinner on top.
Yes, but it's actually 2 mini swords.
So
That works.
now I have my wooden sword, 2 giant lollies, a soda pop,
I
and a
give the
beanie.
beanie with 2 swords to the dwarf. I'm like, just run into battle.
Yeah, I'll pick him up. And,
Just run.
yeah, run forward.
Whatever, as long as we're not recreating Cobalt Canyon, I'm cool with this.
So essentially, she's just your local apothecary. She sells things like healing potions.
Do you have potions to help people find things?
I don't know that that's a potion.
Well, make it. You're an apothecary.
Do you know anything about... do you know anything about Lich-stones?
Yeah, we used to buy them and sell them all the time around here. Not, in the apothecary, but I have some old potions that actually help you identify if the rocks you're at might contain traces of Lichstone.
I'll take as many as you have.
Each one's going to cost 10 gold.
How many do they have?
We'll say they got 10.
Alright. I'll take 10.
She sells you 10.
That's
Oh, you sure you want to spend 100 imaginary gold?
I got something for mine.
Now, how that works is if you think you're in an area, you spill a whole bottle's contents, and it'll start to glow if there's actually lich stones in the area.
Ground?
Yeah.
useful. Well, we should probably get some other potions since we're here.
Yeah.
Oh, I need 2 healing potions.
Like healing potions.
I don't know off the top of my head what a healing potion costs, so we'll go with 10 gold.
Done.
Is that how pricing goes here? Just like a dollar store?
your apothecary shop?
Totally.
It's just like at a dollar store, but it's a 10 gold store.
It's like 5 below.
Do we have any other types of potions, or is it just...
We'll say she has a dozen total healing potions.
Well, that's 4 each.
Yeah.
Are the potions
No, that's
clearly
3 each. Yeah.
That's 3 each.
Are the potions labeled like on the ones along the wall?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Was that on top of the 2 that I already bought, or was that including the 2 that I was going to buy?
Including the
So I'll buy 3 then. So
Everybody-
everyone can buy 3.
Everybody give her 30 gold. I
Okay.
can do that math.
I don't have
Flardy, do you have 30 gold?
I do. I have 100 left, and now that 30
No,
for that.
No. We talked about
No, you had 99. You should use another gold for something.
Oh, yeah,
That's what it
sorry.
was.
I only have 20 gold.
Look, I'm improving. The fact that I
Gotcha.
spent 100
Thank
gold.
you, Ryan.
Can I inform the listeners real quick?
Yeah.
The rule of thumb with our game: if you lose your character sheet, you lose your gold.
Yeah, so
their
my
character
laptop lost my character sheet. So my laptop needs to get... You hear that, you piece of crap? Fine, I'm down to 69 gold.
All right.
I bought Blags. He doesn't have any money.
I'll get you back.
Because he doesn't have a job.
Because he gave all the money to the farmers.
There's child labor laws about that.
Sorry, what did we spend the 30 gold on?
Potions.
Oh, okay.
You spent it on 1. You only got 1 for 30. We got a deal for you.
Cool. Hey, I'm improving.
sparingly.
Guys, I know how to spend gold now. He doesn't know how to spend it effectively yet.
Cool.
All right, so I guess we're going to this lake.
All right. Everybody ready?
Well, I wanted to just see what other kind of potions
sure.
she had, but I really don't have a lot of gold, so if everything's 10 gold, and
I mean, the stuff's a bit cheaper. Good. Honestly, I'd probably give you guys a ridiculously great deal. I think potions are probably supposed to be like 6-0.
The town's in trouble. She's
Yeah,
helping us out. The adventurer's
I
discount.
help the farmers.
You know what? We'll call this the local healing potion. It'll be a little weaker. Too.
Okay. We don't know what the stats are, so you'll have to tell us at the time.
Yeah, exactly. They'll change every time you use one according to how I feel.
So I wish to know very specifically what potions you have that will help us on our journey.
Well, thank you for not putting anything hard on me.
You have the Emperor potion.
You have the win the contest potion.
Oh, here it is. Yeah. The only thing she seems to have are stat enhancing potions, but those are very expensive. They just temporarily give you stat boosts to, all the different stats of strength, dexterity, etc., etc. She also does have one that will temporarily make your skin thicker, harder, and it'll basically give you an AC boost. But that one, again, is pretty expensive. Anything that you really could use right now.
I think I'm pretty good then.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Are you able to identify magic items for a cost?
I can try, but I'm just an apothecary, not a wizard.
I like what you're thinking.
Well,
All right, we have a couple.
We should have asked Mom.
we're doing character voices. Yeah? All right, let me try this one. Well, can you identify this shield we have?
Yeah.
Let me do a roll for you guys.
Character voice for Rad.
I had a character voice. It just
Surprisingly,
sounded like me
yes. I've seen this many times, even though I'm just an apothecary.
talking. Many times.
Wait, which one was she doing?
The shield's the only one we didn't have. Yeah.
This is a shield of summoning. When thrown, it can be summoned back to the user.
Dibs.
Well, you called dibs earlier, technically, so your dibs canceled it out.
But he double dipped.
So maybe
Double
on
dip.
the
I did double.
if we're heading out, should we figure out who gets this stuff while we're on the road?
I
Then
think it's appropriate.
We have the teleportation.
Oh, what do we
staff.
owe her?
For the figuring that out, let's figure.
10 gold.
Why did I say anything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sucker.
walk right out.
I'm good at spending
50
gold.
gold.
All right. I'm gonna call this in the shield, so I'll take that hit.
The complete
So we've
opposite
got
direction.
the bone mask, which was 1 to AC, which I'd be interested in. There's the sword that does 3 times crit damage.
No, I can use all these. Let's just.
The sword, the staff, the shield, just hold all of them.
Staff is
Well, I'm
teleportation.
gonna use the staff on my backpack to carry the other ones. I'm never actually gonna use it for anything. It's just decorative.
I am going to say anyone wearing full plate armor
and I don't know if anybody is, but if anyone's wearing full plate armor, you can't wear the skeleton mask over your helmet. I'm just throwing that out there.
Well, that's why I want it.
Good thing I just had chainmail. We were close there for a minute.
Plus, it probably looks pretty.
How
cool.
much is the AC on that?
Just one.
Just one? Oh, yeah, 19.
I could be not as squishy at 12.
So we have a staff, an amulet, the shield, and
The sword.
The sword. Yep. What does the amulet do again?
Gives you minor control over a fogre. It may have other applications, but as far as you know, it helps you control fogres.
I mean, 4 items, 4 people, so give them all to Tor.
I apologize. How does the shield of summoning work?
There's actually 5 items.
Huh?
The mask, the amulet, the shield, the staff, and the sword.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, the mask.
How does the shield of summoning work again?
Kaylee needs something.
Basically, whenever you want it, the last person who used it can just summon it to you.
Okay, so I could, throw it and summon it back?
Yeah. Or if you,
Duh.
or you can do,
got this.
one of the cool things you do is fight with a 2-handed weapon that can be switched to one-handed. Instead of having to grab your shield, you just switch the 2, boom, you have the shield. When you don't want it, you drop
Does
it.
it boost his AC?
It's just a standard shield, yeah.
So it's +2 to my AC when I have it on.
Good.
Yeah, okay, so shield for Tor.
You should take the
There's a teleport too.
cord. Should probably have the amulet.
The amulet to control a fogre? Why not? Okay, I have other things, other abilities to affect people, so why that would fit with things, okay.
Or do you use swords?
I use a rapier and a dagger and a hand crossbow.
This is a sword of morphing, and it will be whatever type of sword you want it to be, because I forgot to label it.
So then maybe you should have.
Oh, yeah, I do like that. Thank you. Can you make up whatever other
Amulet or staff?
I believe our traditional is
amulet.
it was a
Put it next to my
broadsword that we
other
put into the dryer and it shrunk down.
It became a rapier.
All right, so Blag will take
I will take the amulet. Place it next to my heart with the other end.
Yeah, you're already wearing an amulet. You can't wear 2.
I can't wear 2 amulets?
No.
Then I give my amulet to one of them, whoever wants
Yeah,
it.
if you wear 2...
Is this worth 30 gold to you, Rat?
Yeah, just so you know, you can only ever wear 2 magic rings and 1 magic amulet. If you start wearing more, it actually has bad effects.
Okay.
I mean, I can take the mask and the amulet. I'm fine with that.
It's whoever wishes this thing that I can't use.
What's the thing of the amulet? Was to control a fogre?
Yeah, sort of control of fogre. Yeah.
That might be a good oh shit thing for me to have if one gets in my face.
Yeah.
So, alright. So, and then you want to just carry the staff, Thor?
No. Well, the wizard can take it.
What was it?
You're the closest to a wizard.
I'm a ranger.
It's a walking stick.
Okay. You guys, I will carry it.
What does the staff do again?
It's a teleportation.
Yeah, just so you know, what has to happen is you have to be in a spot to set the staff to teleport there.
Just gonna say, maybe we can just, we have a 5th NPC, can we just activate it, go real quick and teleport her to the Wizard King's tower again and just leave her there?
Kaylee?
Seems awfully modern.
She's fine.
Yeah, we keep her around.
That's going out of your way to be a dish.
She's due for a real good role.
You're right, you're right.
She's got to step up and fill that NPC.
Yeah.
Speaking of Kaylee, is she going to the vibes with you or not?
Yeah.
Yes, because someone's going to have to pull the lever eventually.
Yeah, exactly.
I ran into one of my other old foes, and I'll let them run along.
So that guy was a foe, eh?
Dunker.
A foe. Oh, I was the last one to say
So let's get to the lake. I'll just carry that stuff for now.
Did I ever get my magic item from...
Oh, I apologize, yes. As you guys are heading out the gate, a messenger runs up with a package. He goes, delivery for Tor.
I'll tip you 1,000 gold. No.
That's his job.
I'd take it and thank you.
All right, so you open it up, and there are 2... there's 2 amulets inside, and a note explaining that what these amulets actually do is a pair wear them, and if anyone is ever in dire harm, about to die, they will automatically be transported to the other person. They also allow you so that if you are thinking of the other person, it gets warm on their end, just so you know they're thinking of you.
Oh. That sounds very unlike him.
I go to my network and I get rid of one of the amulets to where it's supposed to go.
All right, it's going to cost you 5 gold to do what you have to do.
Ooh, you've got an amulet pal.
Hold on.
Is it NBC?
That's right. You're not the only one with a shady past.
Interesting.
Actually, everybody here does.
Do we know?
Mine's pretty
Do
much
our
on the line
characters know what these amulets do, or is this a secret?
That's up to...
This one doesn't need to be told.
Okay.
It's not
You just saved yourself my guy touching your amulet
Yeah.
regularly to see if it's warm.
I just kind of put it in.
Amulet City, right?
I guess it is a good time to let the listeners know that everybody has a mysterious past. The characters do not know a lot about each other, in case you haven't picked that up yet, and I did allow everyone to start with one magic item, so if you keep going, where the heck are these things coming from? It's just something else to spice things up so that everybody doesn't know.
If the opportunity arose to use said magic item and then the character forgot to use it in that situation.
That could have saved lives.
That could have saved lives.
Would have never saved Babushka's life?
Actually, my first thought with my amulet is the other person there and going, why does it always get really warm at night?
What is it, Rob? Back and
And it's
forth.
only for like 5 minutes, but it's really warm for those 5 minutes.
Good night, everybody.
Who are you sending to?
My dad.
That makes sense. Dwarves.
All right, so you guys head south, and I'm going to need somebody to do some rolling. If you guys are going to stick in a group, just one person. If you're going to spread out to try to find the best area, but just to do some wisdom rolls to for stone work. See if anybody can recognize where you think mine would be.
You get it like
I mean, we're at like the
we're by the
general
lake.
area.
We're by the lake.
Yeah, you're by the lake. The lake. I mean, it's not a tiny lake.
Yeah.
You could see the other end of the lake, but it's going to take hours
It's like
to walk
a
around.
Great Lake.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, probably not that big.
Okay, it's a mediocre lake.
Yeah.
Okay. I got you.
Okay, so yeah, let's just spread out and then make rolls. What do
Yeah,
we use?
so use wisdom unless you have anything that you think would help with stonework. Mike?
Oh, I have stonework.
Yeah, well, I'm going to give you advantage for a reason that may or may not be revealed.
Could I use perception?
Yeah, allow that.
Okay.
I Wrathborn will, if you allow it, will whistle, and Beaker will pop out of his invisibility and on my shoulder.
Sure.
And he in his current owl form, and I'll send him up to scout.
I think that's a great idea. You get advantage too.
Awesome.
Off the topic, but does Beaker ever go to the bathroom?
He's invisible a lot. We don't know
But
anything.
I would imagine that part of him isn't invisible once it starts.
Man, once it detaches.
That's a good question.
Is the air peeing?
Like, does he know? Like, did you train him to get off your shoulder? Like, or does he just go in your nice new clothes?
I have a new idea for how I want to train him. I'll tell you that much.
Intelligence check. Asking the real questions.
This is hard hitting.
Somebody's going to get pooped on randomly.
Literally. Sorry, that was for the...
Yeah, too. Yeah. Well, you're also literally going to get pooped.
Yeah, that's true.
So both, but
So what were we doing to get
Let's
off this
start the roll.
Sorry, I went down this road.
Everybody roll a wisdom check.
Wisdom.
So 21.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
20. All right, only
Natural?
natural 20.
All right.
And like
Oh, he canceled out, so we're good. Yeah. We got a 1.
yeah,
We all know Blag only rolls 1s or 20s. That's the roll.
I'm still sad.
Ben, what did you roll?
13.
13, okay. So you guys start to spread out, and as Kevin starts to think as Court
loops along.
starts to think he's finding something, Mike is in the general vicinity, and all of a sudden, I'm sorry, Mike, what's your main weapon? Tor.
We're getting there.
Ooh, sorry.
We have fancy names.
It's a warhammer.
All right, so as you're walking, all of a sudden your warhammer, almost of its own accord, starts to point in the direction that...
Gotta go, guys.
starts to point in the direction Court is going.
Do we all see
Is
this?
it chasing after me?
I guess I would notice this and follow.
Yeah, I'm going to say, actually, you notice it with your perception. Well, I don't know that you did.
I just fell asleep. That's what happened. Let me know when you
Should
find
we let him take his nap and just...
Get the child leash.
It'll cheer him up. He's a little cranky.
I really like the idea that when we get into battle, just unhooking his child leash and sending him in.
Release the Kraken.
just shielding our eyes?
This is the worst reveal to find out you were actually a child. We're trying to do the same, actually.
Yeah, I don't mind the child leash, honestly. As
We
long as I'm being
actually talk to him
strung along.
more.
Yeah.
You okay,
Well, before
buddy?
he was just kind of
Weird.
overly violent and weird, and now it makes more sense.
It's just like me in real life.
All right, so you guys find a small hole, big enough that you can kind of like bend over and walk forward. It's not like you have to crawl into, but, if you guys want, you can try.
All of us have to bend over.
Well, okay. Tor can walk upright.
Send the dwarf in.
It's very rare in life.
Yeah,
that
it's fair. For listeners at home, Mike is 6'7".
I'm 6'12".
Wait a second.
All right, let's go in.
So, Are we in like a cave?
Does everybody have
Well,
light?
is everybody going in? What's the order you guys are going in? There's
Just took off my light spell. Look, I'm a dwarf. I don't need light.
Oh, I do have
doesn't
dark
everybody have?
vision. I do.
Yeah, I
have
have,
dark
I
vision.
have dark vision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so everybody's fine. Kaylee's like, guys,
Use your dark vision, Kaylee.
Don't you have dark vision?
everybody.
Yes.
It's the coolest.
All right, so what's the order you guys are going in? And Kaylee is not going first.
I'll go last.
I'll go first.
Okay.
I'll be second to last.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm the other one.
With Kaylee.
You should go behind me.
I should go right behind you?
Yeah, there's no point in having the squishy guy right after the tank.
Okay, I just figured I'd do the back, but yeah, okay.
No, no one's going to
Kaylee will
behind
go.
us immediately.
Kaylee will go rear guard. She
You will
can
hear her
make a hit real
scream
good.
if we
Yeah.
hit back.
I think there's trouble.
Not with your rolls.
That's all trouble.
All right, so this has not come up before, but I highly suggest everybody starts drawing when I describe.
Drawing?
Yes, yes. This is going to be your first actual dungeon in Dungeons and Dragons.
I can't draw. You just confuse me more.
I'm just saying it's best if everybody does it, so that if there's discrepancies,
One of us
people
is
can
bound to get it
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Hey, audience, feel free to draw along at home. Send your submissions in.
I was actually about to say the same thing.
So my first thought is, there's a happy little dungeon door over here. Just gonna put this little bush in the
I put a
corner.
flower on top of my
That's our
cave,
secret
so,
bush.
door, so in case anyone wonders.
I don't think you need to draw the cave door.
Well, that's so I know which direction things are, because I'm an idiot.
Are we starting
Alright, so
with the
you-
southern point or northern point?
Southern point.
Okay.
So you enter into a very large cavern. There is only one exit other than the one you came in, and that is to the far north, and it seems to be a long tunnel up there. There's nothing out of the ordinary in this large room except for a very large treasure chest in the dead center.
That's not
specific
suspicious at all.
I stop everybody.
Of this specific room?
Of this specific room, yep.
Hey, remember that magic item? I might use mine. I have an item that gives me advantage on looking for and disarming traps.
Wow, that would have been really helpful if you were in a room with a caged fogers.
So that's what you did.
My treasure chest looks like a muffin.
Actually, it's delicious.
It's a delicious treasure.
Can I disarm that
That's a good
muffin?
try. Yeah.
Can we start making our maps like the final map looks like a duck or an animal, and we all have to try to get it?
I will do that.
Are these like old Legend of Zelda maps where all of a sudden like it reveals out and it's like, well, this one was a swastika.
Oh, wow.
Before you do your thing, I can detect magic. So maybe I should do that first.
Okay, and
just
then
in
I'll check
case
the
it's
traps
Not
in
a,
case, yeah.
Let's have you both do it and see who the better adventurer is.
I have danger sense.
roll off.
Roll at the same time.
Do I have to roll to detect magic?
It depends. If it's a spell or ability, then no. You just use it.
Okay, I use it.
All right. You detect no magic in this area.
Okay.
Okay, and I will approach the chest and roll the check for traps surrounding the thing. Which, would that be a perception check?
Yes.
Okay. Well, 4 plus 6, that's 10. But yeah, let's do that again. That is a 2.
All right.
I got a 10.
Tell me exactly how you're checking for these traps, please.
Poking.
By rolling a die. I was going to just. How does one search for traps? I was just going to approach the chest and first visually look at it, and then see. I guess
I'm asking, are
around
you
the latch.
Yeah, are you touching it with things? Are you walking around
I
it?
can
Are
let you
you...
a wooden sword.
Yes.
Give me your toy. Hey, give me that toy that I just gave you to cheer you up earlier.
Perception and see what I can find?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody can roll.
I take the wooden sword I gave to him earlier and poke him.
I will say, and it's too late for you, everybody who decides to do this is going to be close to a trap if it goes off. So
I just gave him a toy.
He gave me the wooden sword, and I'm going to use that to try and spring the lock or something.
I can be 30 feet away from it.
you're fine then. All right, so you're poking it with a stick while you're... What are you doing exactly, Tor?
Perception. Just in the room. I was doing the room.
Just
not
looking.
The chest.
Oh, in general. Okay.
Yeah.
Then you see nothing.
It's a wooden toy sword.
Is it a stick?
You poke it with the sword, and all of a sudden the sword is stuck, and you cannot get it to let go.
There you go. I expanded your sword. Now it has a chest on it. There you go. Yeah.
All of a sudden,
Are you in the chest?
the chest starts to open, and from the inside of the chest, 2 long tentacles shoot out, wrap around you, and the top
Those are my thing.
and all of a sudden, large teeth form on the top and
dodge?
bottom of the top and bottom of the chest.
Guys, I think this chest is, else tentacled. Blag, come here.
My toy! Where's the I'm screwed song?
Well, I didn't expect some tentacles to come out of this chest.
If everybody would like to roll an intelligence check, please.
So I have dreamed about it.
So that would be a D8 because my intelligence 8.
No, always a 20.
Oh, it's always a 20.
I have a 13.
And you'll add whatever your intelligence.
I'm sure it's a negative.
It's a negative.
It's a negative.
Yeah.
Don't add.
12. 11 plus 1.
So 11.
That's also 11.
So I think 13's the highest.
Yeah.
All right, 13. That's enough. You guys recognize that what you are facing is called a mimic.
Yeah.
A mimic.
Oh, not a tentacle.
That was just the picture in the book. A mimic is a creature that can shapeshift into basically anything at all that they want. They specifically choose to turn into things that they think adventurers are going to want. They are sticky, and if you touch them, you basically automatically become grappled. They do a lot of damage once you are grappled. Have fun. So
I used the wooden sword!
So what if I use gust of wind to push the treasure chest further away and possibly our bard into it?
Out of it! Out of it!
Oh, yes, that's what the intention was. Out.
I'm sure there's other caves to search.
We really don't need a bar.
We're going to need another bard.
If everybody could roll initiative, please.
I have an 8.
That was 18 plus 2, 20.
And what do I add to initially? So that's 14, 15, 16, 17.
All right. Then, Court, you go first.
All right.
It's terrifying.
Trying to get your arm good enough, dude.
Okay. So as I'm being pulled in, I'm going to try to use some dissonant whispers on this thing. I'm going to whisper to this box. Oh, yeah, you're just taking me in. Yeah, whisper it. He said tentacles.
Blag, something stirs in Blag's...
Again.
Stay away from my
And
library.
I yell to Wrath. I'm like, cast a tentacle spell. Let's really get things done. I whisper a discordant melody that
My
only one
hand gets
creature
warm on the
can
other
hear. Racking it with terrible pain. The target must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, it takes 3d6 psychic damage and must immediately use its reaction.
All right.
Can't you just let go of the sword?
The tentacles grabbed him.
The tentacles grabbed me. Was the
Just enjoyed the...
Just let go.
not Blag's toy. Not that I didn't.
He failed his wisdom saving throw, so what is
So 3d6 psychic damage.
Go ahead and roll.
Okay. 6.
The beast.
6.
Wow.
Good night, everybody. All right, you do 18 damage.
And he must immediately use his reaction or whatever that is. It says
If he has a...
it said the creature. Yeah.
Yeah.
If available, it takes 3d6 psychic damage. Must usually use its reaction if available to move as far as its speed allows away from you.
All right, I'll allow that. It'll let you go and run away.
Ha!
Does
Does it still have the sword?
Oh, yeah.
Ah.
It heads towards the...
Don't worry, Blag. I'll get it back.
I finished my top and throw it to the ground.
I spent 1 whole gold on that thing. I have no idea what money is. But I'll get it back.
Blag,
Didn't take my soda.
you're up.
The thing's running away?
Yeah, it's heading towards the tunnel opening towards the north.
Okay, so the one we didn't come through.
Right.
Because you're melee and you're still relatively new. Whatever hits this thing stays with it.
Sticks with it. Yeah, that's what I was going to try and...
Actually, that's not true, because you guys rolled the intelligence. It only sticks while it's in the shapeshift form.
Awesome.
So now that
That's
it's...
good to know.
Yeah.
Oh, so now that we can...
Yeah.
So
Now you can attack it normally.
go nuts.
Thank you, Bard.
Is there any residue left on me?
Oh, yes.
Oh, you're gooey.
Plenty of
Blag,
residue.
stop touching me.
Sorry, sir.
So,
My
Blag,
new
you're up.
sword. All right, so basically, I'm going to run at this thing, and is it still in treasure chest form?
It's like half monster, half treasure chest.
Half
is what it
monster,
looks
half
like.
treasure chest. All right.
So it's a big pinata.
So it's kind of like a monster with like a treasure chest for a head?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Okay, so I want to run up with my Guandao one-handed and just kind of like spear it through the side.
Okay.
So...
Roll to hit. 1d20.
Well, it wasn't a 1.
No.
It was a 2.
I doubled it. Yeah. So,
A miss.
it's a 2, yes. Very, very good. And then I want to try and reach up with my hand and grab the treasure chest mouth and break it backwards.
Ooh. God, I forgot about this
He
stuff.
hasn't lost his touch.
You know, for a child, you must have done really well on your creative writing assignments.
I did really well in all my schooling.
But then the
I
psychologist...
mean, I never did the work, but they gave me good grades.
Bad a terror.
This is what I'm going to do to you if you don't give me an A.
A++. I said A.
Roll to hit again.
That's a 16.
That'll hit.
What do I add to that?
Don't even worry. It already hit. Roll for your damage for your unarmed attack.
Okay. +1 blunt / 1d4. So that would be
The pyramid.
this one?
Yep.
Oh, okay. That
Get them in order for you.
Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm just dumb. I'm 9. What do you want? Come on, roll.
It's just to get it out of his hands.
What do
It's a
I?
3.
It's a 3? Okay, it's a 3.
All right. Plus, what's your strength bonus?
Strength bonus is +1, so.
Wonderful. All right. You start to crack it back. You don't do a whole lot because it's a fairly strong monster, but it's definitely screeching in pain as you do so. It returns in kind by attacking you. One of the large tentacles shoots out, and it's just trying to slam into you. It's not trying to wrap you up or anything like that. It's just trying to give you a good...
Round and accept.
Oh, look, a coin.
So I'm assuming a 20 hits you.
A 20?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so what's your AC?
15.
15, okay. So you take 7 points of damage.
Okay. So I start with 29 hit points, so that'd be 22.
Correct. And next up is Tor.
I'm assuming it's still holding the little wooden sword in front of it, so
Yeah.
I want to use the warhammer and just try to crack it inside of it.
All right. I love that. I'm going to give you advantage. Go ahead.
Okay. 12 plus 3 is 15. That was my first roll.
Yep, that hit.
Okay.
Roll again there. You could get a 20.
Am I going to create one?
17 plus 3, so it's not a natural.
Yeah. All right, so go ahead and roll your damage. I'm going to give you a little bonus for your special little feature there.
5, so 6 damage.
And you slam into it, and it looks hurting. Yeah.
That's all I pictured.
Yeah. A little confused, a little in pain.
Just
Wrath,
a
you're up.
little handle and a little crossbar just sticking out of its mouth now.
Well, I'd kind of like to show it that there's only one person who uses tentacles around here.
Oh, yes.
Do that.
Well, I mean, it depends on how much you guys like this idea, because if I'm reading this correctly, you guys could get hit too. So, how much do you like tentacles?
Can we?
Well, ideally, it's the most north, so as long as you keep your spells so that...
Well, I have to be in 10-foot range. to use it.
okay.
What he's saying is that it's in front of us, the monster, and we're like a little behind it. So if you put the spell even further in front of the monster,
Yeah,
so it
yeah.
only hit the monster.
I just have to come up.
We don't get the little hentai actions.
Let's do it. Let's show it how
fine
we
with
do
this.
tentacles
You
around
are.
here. So I'm casting Arms of Hadar. So it needs to make a...
Give us a little description of that one.
Oh, sure. Tendrils of dark energy erupt from you and batter all creatures within 10 feet of you.
Sexier.
Each creature in that area must make a strength saving throw. On a failed save, a target takes 2d6 necrotic damage and can't take reactions until its next turn.
Oh.
How's that? Does that work?
That was great.
That was
I was going to say the person they learned how to take the amulet off their neck for a little while.
Let's get him to a
Like,
6
still
into
picking up
6.
that coin.
I'm here.
Oh.
Ooh, it's stuck to the ground.
Hey, dar.
So it has to make a strength saving throw.
All right. And let's do that.
Let's do
What's the DC it has to be?
14.
It fails.
All right. So it's going to take 3d6 damage. 1. Ooh, terrible. So that's 4 damage.
You and me, right? We're going to kill this thing.
But it can't take reactions until its next turn.
Okay, great.
It looks a little disappointed in its eyes. It just kind of got tickled.
Performance issues.
My tentacles are better.
Yes.
Give it a
All right, the tentacles come out, lightly slap, and it just seems even more confused.
It's our guy.
I'm glad that we're confusing the monster. We're hurting him.
It just leaves.
That's what we do. We play mind games with it.
All right, Kaylee's up.
Oh, good.
Oh, I forgot about it.
Yeah, so did I.
Go, Kaylee.
And Kaylee Hits.
She's been practicing her hard.
She was listening to the podcast. She felt bad about herself.
Wow, I'm dreadful at this.
All right, and she does 10 damage, so better than some of you guys, just saying.
Yeah, I did 18.
That said some.
I think we all know that Ben and I really put the hurt on this.
That brings us back to the top of the game, so...
Emotionally, yeah.
Court, it is your turn.
Okay, and you said the weapons no longer will stick to it, or...
Correct.
I'll just, you know what, I'll just use my shiny new hand crossbow that I bought.
Ooh,
And I will just shoot it at it. I actually am curious to ask about the sort of morphing. Like, when it takes on any shape of weapon, does it become that, like, hit dice for it? Like that 1d6, 1d8 or something? Mm-hmm. Can it become projectile weapons?
No.
Okay.
You would
Just
lose
asking.
the weapon, so you don't want to do
I know. Throw it.
it can become any sword very
Well, I will
specifically
use my
sword.
hand crossbow then. Okay, so let's see. 18 plus 2, 20 to hit. Mm-hmm. And that would be me looking up how much it actually damage it causes. That's the one thing I forgot to write down.
Well, let's describe what a crossbow looks like to the audience then. Imagine a gun with a cross.
So the bard is looking up stuff in the books. So can somebody else sing a bardic song while I'm looking it up?
I'm a bard, I'm so stupid. I'm a bard, I'm so stupid.
Oh, you know our theme song. Oh, you know the theme to become a bard.
Well, how about we go back and we just start asking the question of what are you guys thinking as you fight this horrific tentacle treasure chest monster?
He's a bard, he's so stupid, he's a bard.
I'm thinking I should have gone into my rage.
You only break it after a fight.
All right, it's
We're on the way to a fight.
It does 1d6 damage.
Well worth the wait.
I just want to know if you guys think my bone master.
And as I'm shooting it, I go, I'm a bard, I'm so stupid, I'm a bard. And I did 3 plus 2, 5 damage.
That was worth it.
It definitely looks all sorts of fucked up.
All right.
Yeah, baby. All right, which brings us back to Blag's turn.
Alright.
Now it's Zoidberg's turn.
Zoidberg is going to kill the monster.
Yes, let's let Zoidberg kill them all.
I'll stab it in its third long.
What I'm going to do, I'm going to take my Guandao and I'm going to try and slice off one of its tentacles.
Okay,
So
let's roll to hit.
Wrath approves.
Court tested, wrath approved.
That is, and what do I add to that?
3, you hit 20.
Okay,
Wonderful. Hit, roll your damage.
5.
5 plus your strength.
My strength is +1.
All right. It is literally on its last leg.
And
Because
then,
you cut off a tentacle.
with my unarmed attack, I want to grab its other tentacle from across its body and rip it down in half with its tentacle.
That was actually better than what I thought you were going.
Go ahead and roll a hit.
Real bad.
5
To hit.
3.
Plus
So
3.
Yeah, that's a miss. That's a miss.
So
All right,
I don't do that.
That is correct, which brings it back to the mimic's turn.
You just kind of jerk
Who's going to swing said tentacle back at Blag.
Ow.
Does an 18 hit.
Yes. Because my armor class what I go by, right?
See.
Correct.
And then you take 7 damage.
Okay.
And brings it around to Tor's turn.
I'm just going to smash it with a big hammer and try to just put a big hole through it.
I like it.
That's about all I can think of.
Sometimes simple works.
17 plus 3 to hit is 20.
All right, you got him, and he actually had 1 exact hit point left, so you don't even have to roll. Good
job, guys.
You bring the hammer down, and the treasure chest part of it cracks open and explodes, which wouldn't be as bad, except remember, it's not actually a treasure chest.
So it's gold.
Yeah. So guts and gore just start pouring over the ground as this thing falls to the floor
I
and
skip
dies.
around.
Yeah, it's Blag's type of treasure chest.
I
forgot to
figured I'm
rage
probably
again.
covered in this.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I'm going to go give Wrath a giant hug.
Oh, I like it.
Oh, thank you.
It's new clothes.
I start playing a nice little melody and like we're all becoming friends together.
Limestone Emperor's new clothes.
I forgot
You want to try to dodge? We can
Thankfully, my new clothes are like a dark red leather, so just adds a
This
little
is black.
character
It's
to it.
really all.
Yeah, his ichor is actually green. It's just got a Christmas theme going
More
on.
mucus than blood, really.
Wait, the red guy picked the red outfit?
There's like a theme.
Hey, if there is a fight in a volcano, he's going to be so stealthy.
I'm still saying you got a little robot devil in you.
All right, so
Black accents.
Cool, we killed the mimic.
yeah, it's dead, and there's a tunnel to the north.
Yay!
I
How long did that take
retrieved
us?
the wooden play sword to give, if there's anything left of it.
No, it's shattered.
I tried to get your toy back.
I keep losing people. Everyone I love.
That was the first fight, and that took us, 10 minutes?
Yeah, that was
That's
good.
fun.
Yeah.
What else could await our boys in the tunnels? I sure hope they don't mimic our first encounter. Intelligence check.